Okay, so Kaitlyn did end up in the all-around, as we saw.
Yay!
She went after someone who had a fall. She stepped out of bounds in her floor routine. But, like, how does that show kind of her resilience to just, get back on the horse and, like, keep on going?
Yeah, Kaitlyn in the gym is so consistent just in her energy, the attitude, the effort is just consistent day in and day out. And so it's really cool to see, especially as a freshman, that she's able to keep that consistency and that mindset even when there's mistakes around her. She just really focuses on the job she has to do and is able to lock in and compete beautifully. And so really, really proud of her.
This is another week of improvement for Emma on balance beam. Just what improvements has she made in that event? She seems very natural up there.
Yeah, she works really, really hard every single day. And, she has a really unique beam routine with some skills you don't necessarily see very often throughout the NCAA, which is really fun. And, she works really, really hard on all the details to make sure that she's ready to go out here with confidence and just really dial things in. Last week, she had some uncharacteristic bobbles and things, and it was really great to see her be able to clean that up this week and really show off that confidence. And one of the highlights today for sure.
It's Selena's second season of doing the all-around now, too. What differences have you seen in her from her approach from last year to this year?
Yeah, she's a lot more intentional about what she does, which I think is really cool. I think when you're coming in as a freshman, you're used to doing so many numbers to gain your confidence. And then throughout that transition, you realize, okay, I have a meet every weekend I need to feel good for. And so you have to start dialing in your numbers a little bit and be more intentional about the turns you take and really having quality turns versus quantity turns. And I think Selena's really made that transition beautifully. She's really intentional to dial in like the technique she needs to be able to compete at her best week in and week out.
Excuse me.
That's okay. I did that earlier too.
I wasn't screaming though. Yeah. I promise. So someone's gonna get a 10 on floor eventually. Is right now kind of like the thrill of the chase almost? Like, is the chase to get that 10 kind of driving the team at all?
We've really shifted our conversations to not necessarily being like score oriented, but more like try to be 1% better, show up as the best version of yourself and show what you train in the gym. And I really felt like our team did that really well today. I feel like they focused on the things that help them be at their best. And, I think we have such a great team that with a lot of great athletes that perform at a really high level that, the 10s are going to come when those little details get dialed in throughout the season.
Vault last season was one of the weaker events in the season. It's kind of started strong and it's kind of stayed strong. Yeah. Still you can see with some of the routines that there's still work to go. Where do you see the vault rotations going right now?
Yeah, we're really proud of vault. After last season as a team, we talked a lot about, vault was one of the events I think that held us back a little bit last year with really being able to make it to the 4 on the floor and things like that at the end in the national championships. And so it was a event that our team really wanted to improve on, really wanted to get better at. And I think you see that with landings, you see that with execution of the vaults. And we have some people in the gym doing the 10-0 start values, and you saw Paige get to try it today. She's been just crushing it in the gym and really showing that she's competition ready for it. She did really well in the warm-ups, even the one touch. Just that one salute routine didn't go her way, but just the experience she gained today from doing all of that is going to help us in the long run continue to build on vault. And so we're excited about that. We have some other vaults that we're working on too. Getting Brooklyn back in vault is in the works, and I think that'll help us as well. But overall, the dedication that the team has really put into being their best on that event is something that I think we're really proud of.
This week during media availability, we talked about the fun that they try to have with playing games during vault training, trying to take it, with a little more of a loose approach. What does Kyle bring? I was talking to him a little before I came in here, but he was talking about, having fun and still wanting to be competitive are two of the things that he strives for.
Yeah, our team is at our best when they're being joyful, they're having fun together, and they're working hard and being competitive. They love anytime we can, have blue and gold challenges, things like that. And so, just adding that to our training events is something that's really helped them keep a lightness about training. Kyle does an amazing job with that. He's super fun every day. He brings a light spirit to our team and just really helps us dial in those details to, be able to come out here and perform our best.
I'm not sure how rare it is, but Kyle's someone with no gymnastics experience before he started, coaching and being involved with gymnastics. What does it say about someone who might not have been part of that sport but wanted to bring his energy and want to become involved in a sport like this?
Well, it's the best sport out there, so who wouldn't want to be involved in it? No, but I think it is a sport that really there's a lot of technical aspects to it, and so I think there's always something to learn, something always that you can continue to get better at, and I think that's why whether you're a gymnast yourself or coaching, there's always a growth opportunity, and I think it makes it really fun, and then obviously getting to work with the athletes and connect with them makes it even more special.
And then kind of back to beam real quick, really strong beam today, and something that I noticed is you talked a few weeks ago about Sienna building confidence on the event, and today was a pretty strong little hop on the dismount. But what did you see from Sienna going forward as well?
Yeah, Sienna really seems like she's back to herself on beam. Just even in the gym, she's really consistent. She's really diligent about the work she puts in, and I was really excited for her the last couple of weeks to see that show out on the competition floor. And the way she performed up there today, it was reminiscent of her competitions from last year, and so that was really exciting to see that her confidence is dialed in, and she's ready to be that consistent performer for us.
Hi, Janelle. I just
Hi.
wanted to start by asking your overall takeaways from just the atmosphere and the crowd for the first meet of this season.
Yeah, this was really fun to be back in Poly. Great crowd today, so much energy, and I love that our fans love gymnastics so much. They're just like the energy they brought to the building just made our team so excited and made them want to perform and want to compete, and that was really great to see.
And I know you talked about the UCLA floor being the best show in LA.
Yeah.
How was it seeing that in front of the Poly crowd today for the first time outside of Meet the Bruins this year, while welcoming in Naya's routine and some new ones?
It was so fun. I think the team they level up their performance when they're here in Poly, and they just really competed with joy. And I think that's why they were able to dial in those landings as well. And just, the performance of their routines was just through the roof today, and the support that the Den brought just made it so much fun.
And then from a coach's perspective, obviously this was a much higher season total so far. Have you seen any improvements or changes in practice specifically?
Yeah, I think some people on our team were being a little bit too focused on things that they can't control, like scores and things like that. And so we talked a lot this week about doing what we do best, which is just being together, really being intentional about what we do, really focusing on the energy we bring to every day. And I think that it really brought a lightness to the competition today, and they were just able to go out there and do what they do in training every day.
And then, at least from my perspective as a viewer, the way Selena Harris hits those handstands, I know you're a bars coach. How is it watching that from your perspective, and especially that event being your specialty?
Yeah, she works really hard on her handstands, and she works really hard on her details, and I think that's why it shows. I think it is fun when you can see somebody just sitting up there holding their handstand, because it is special, and I think, Selena has a lot of those little characteristics sprinkled throughout her gymnastics that make her stand out and make her really a special competitor.
Thanks, Janelle.
Yep.
Hi, Janelle.
Hey.
I just want to ask about vault. Vault's been really strong this year. It's actually your highest ranked event nationally.
Nice.
What is the focus to continue to improve on the event and, make it reduce any problems from last year or previous problems with the event?
Yeah, I think it was just one thing was getting more 10-0 start value vaults in our lineup was really important, but also just being really confident with the execution and landings of our vault. I kind of talked to the team about that. Sometimes landing on vault has to be a decision, right? You have to decide that you're putting your feet down and you're not moving, and so it really is something that they've been very intentional about in training. And I'm really proud of the team for the work they've put in there, and I'm excited to see where we can go. I think we still have some improvements to make throughout the lineup, and then getting a couple more 10-0 start value vaults in the lineup for the postseason.
Yeah. And then we saw Alex and Paige have falls on their events today. They're freshmen, so they're still getting used to it. But,
Yeah.
what are you gonna tell them to not let this affect their confidence going forward?
Yeah, I'm really proud that we were able to give them the opportunity to go out there. Paige, obviously, to try her 10-0 start value vault. She's been getting more and more consistent on it in the gym, and so we felt that she was pretty ready for it. Didn't quite go her way today, but, the experience that she got from just bringing it out to a competition arena, warming it up, one-touching it, doing the whole thing, she's going to learn from this, and that's exactly why we want to put our freshmen in those positions right now, because we do want to rely on them down the road. And so this is all about experience. It's all about learning and, being able to take away the lessons that they learn, whether it goes perfectly or not. Alex, I was really excited for her to get the opportunity to compete on bars today. It absolutely did not go her way, but, she is a really strong bar swinger, and, the way she attacks her routines is something that's going to be valuable to us down the road. And so, it didn't go her way, but, I know she's going to get back in the gym and just dial in the consistency she needs and be able to make those little corrections she needs to be able to, make the adjustments next time, and so it goes her way next opportunity.
And then, Kaitlyn's all-around debut tonight, and Selena's competed all of last year as a freshman.
Yeah.
What kind of similarities have you seen between Kaitlyn and Selena as a freshman all-arounder?
I think the way that they show up at the competitions, it's really steady, it's aggressive, it's confident, and it's really reminiscent of the work they put in the gym. And I think that is, it takes a special competitor to be able to do that right out of the gate as a freshman. And so I think, it's pretty exciting to see Kaitlyn have so much success early on, and I was excited for her to get to compete in the all-around today.
Thank you.
Yep. Sure.
So the quad meet schedule was pretty grueling, and the level of competition, I'm so sorry, the level of competition was very high. So for them to go through that quad meet schedule and then come in here and do as well as they did, what do you think they took from that quad meet series experience?
Yeah, I think experience, exactly. And so, traveling every weekend and being in an arena where there's 3 other teams competing, things like that, it's all experience that is going to be really valuable to us at the end of the season. It was really nice to have the whole week at home and not travel, and but I really think the big change in our team was really that mindset of focusing on the things we can control and focusing on the connection we have with each other, because I think when our team is showing up connected and joyful together and really intentional about the things we can control, then they're able to just relax and let gymnastics take care of itself. And I think that's exactly what happened today. So I was really excited to see that mindset shift and excited to see where it takes us this season.